There is a quiet kind of damage that can happen during a tournament like the World Cup. It does not arrive with pain or panic. It builds slowly, one late night at a time. As you tell yourself you will catch up tomorrow, then do it all over again for the next match. At first, it feels harmless. Just a little less sleep, a little more coffee, one more dramatic finish worth staying awake for. But after several nights, the body begins to keep score. You wake up heavier, slower, more irritable, less clear in your thinking, and somehow less able to enjoy the very matches you stayed up to watch. For many fans, especially in midlife and beyond, the real risk of World Cup season is not missing a goal. It is pushing the body past its limits without noticing until the exhaustion is already deep. The good news is that you do not have to choose between your love of football and your health. You do not need a perfect sleep schedule, and you do not need to give up the excitement of those unforgettable late-night matches. What you need is a smarter rhythm. In this video, we are going to walk through simple, realistic ways to stay steady through World Cup 2026, from power naps that actually help, to sleep recovery strategies that make the next day easier, to small habits that reduce the wear and tear of repeated late nights. Because the goal is not just to survive the tournament, it is to enjoy every match without burning yourself out. The real problem with late-night match viewing is that sleep deprivation rarely feels dangerous in the moment. In the moment, it feels exciting, emotional, even worth it. A tense group stage clash goes into the final minutes. Your team scores late, the adrenaline rises, and suddenly it is far past midnight. You tell yourself it is only one night, but during a tournament, it is almost never only one night. It becomes a pattern. One late match turns into three. Three turns into a week of broken sleep, early alarms, daytime fatigue, and that strange feeling of living slightly behind your own body. This is where many football fans get into trouble. They focus on getting through the night, but not on helping the body recover the next day. And when recovery is ignored, the effects start stacking up quietly. Your concentration drops, your patience gets shorter, cravings for sugar and salty snacks get stronger. Your body feels stiff and heavy. Even your mood can change in ways that are easy to dismiss at first. You may feel more anxious, more irritable, or oddly flat, as if the joy of the tournament is being drained by the exhaustion surrounding it. For middle-aged and older viewers, this matters even more, because the body often does not bounce back from missed sleep the way it did years ago. What once felt like a harmless all-nighter can now leave you foggy for 2 full days. That is why the smartest World Cup fans do not just stay awake for matches. They build a sleep survival system around the matches. The first part of that system is strategic rest before the game even starts. If you know an important match will keep you up late, the day before matters. Do not waste that day running on empty and hoping pure excitement will carry you through. If possible, protect your energy early. Avoid overloading your schedule. Eat regular meals. Get some light movement, even just a short walk, because gentle physical activity during the day can help your body handle stress better later. Then if the timing allows, use a power nap as a tool, not as an accident. This is where many people go wrong. They collapse for an hour or two in the evening, then wake up groggy, disoriented, and unable to sleep afterward. A good power nap is shorter and more intentional. Around 15 to 25 minutes is often enough to refresh alertness without dragging you into deeper sleep. Earlier in the afternoon is usually better than too close to bedtime. Imagine this. You know a major match starts late tonight, so after lunch or in the middle of the afternoon, you close the curtains, set a timer for 20 minutes, put your phone away, and let your body settle. That one small decision can reduce the sense of being hit by a truck at midnight. It does not replace sleep, but it softens the blow. The second part of the system is how you fuel yourself on match night. Many fans make late-night viewing harder by eating and drinking in ways that increase exhaustion afterward. Heavy meals, greasy snacks, too much sugar, and constant caffeine can create a cycle that feels good for an hour and punishing for the next 12. A heavy meal late at night forces the body to work when it should be winding down. Sugary snacks can give a quick burst of energy, then leave you feeling even more tired. And caffeine, when used without a plan, can quietly sabotage the little sleep you do get. The better approach is steadier and gentler. Eat a balanced meal before the match, something satisfying but not overly heavy. Keep late-night snacks lighter and simpler, such as fruit, yogurt, a handful of nuts, whole grain crackers, or something warm and modest that does not sit like a stone in your stomach. Hydrate through the evening, but do not keep chugging large amounts right before bed, or you may end up waking repeatedly during the few hours you have. And with caffeine, timing matters more than quantity. If a match starts late, a small amount of caffeine earlier in the evening may help, but drinking strong coffee in the final stretch of the night often turns one short sleep into an even worse one. The goal is not to feel artificially wired. The goal is to stay comfortably alert, then still be able to come down afterward. That brings us to the third part of the system, which many people overlook completely, the post-match landing. One reason late-night football drains people so deeply is that the body does not switch off the moment the whistle blows. Emotionally, you are still in the match. Your heart may still be racing. Your mind is replaying chances, goals, mistakes, and controversy. Many viewers make this worse by jumping straight into highlights, social media arguments, bright screens, and emotional analysis until even later. Then they wonder why they cannot fall asleep. The body needs a bridge between match intensity and actual rest. That bridge does not need to be complicated. It can be as simple as lowering the lights, stepping away from exciting content, drinking a little water, washing your face, and giving yourself 10 to 15 quiet minutes before trying to sleep. Some people do well with gentle stretching. Others benefit from slow breathing, a warm shower, or sitting in silence for a few minutes instead of consuming more stimulation. These are small acts, but they send the body an important message. The event is over. Now we are shifting out of alert mode. That shift becomes even more important when the result is emotional. A heartbreaking loss or a dramatic win can keep the nervous system activated far longer than expected. A calm routine after the match protects you from carrying that intensity straight into bed. The fourth part of the system is recovery the next morning and the day after. This is where tournament survival is often won or lost. One bad night does not destroy you. What destroys you is pretending the bad night had no effect and then living the next day as if nothing happened. When you wake after shortened sleep, it helps to adjust your expectations. You may not feel perfect. That is normal. Instead of fighting your body, support it. Start with daylight if you can. Open the curtains, step outside, or get a few minutes of morning light. This helps signal to your body that the day has begun and can make your internal clock more stable. Eat a real breakfast or morning meal instead of relying only on coffee. Move your body gently, even if it is just a slow walk or some light stretching. This is not the day for punishing workouts if you already feel depleted. Your body needs support, not more stress. Then later in the day, consider whether a short recovery nap is needed. Again, short matters. A brief nap can restore alertness, but a long, uncontrolled sleep in the late afternoon may make the next night even harder. Think of the day after a late match as a recovery day, not a normal day. That mindset alone can prevent a lot of burnout. The fifth part of the system is pacing across the whole tournament. This may be the most important lesson of all. You do not have to watch every minute of every match at full sacrifice. The most sustainable fans learn to choose their effort. Maybe you stay up fully for the must-watch matches and give yourself permission to skip or record the less meaningful ones. Maybe you protect the nights before important work days and enjoy highlights the next morning instead. Maybe you create 1 or 2 recovery nights each week when you go to bed earlier, avoid screens, and let the body reset. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. Because the truth is, the tournament is not a sprint. It is a season of emotional highs stretched over many days. If you spend everything in the first week, you may still be watching by the semifinal, but your body and mind will no longer be enjoying it. Think about 2 different fans. The first says yes to every match, eats whatever is nearby at 1 a.m., drinks coffee to survive, sleeps badly, wakes up miserable, then repeats the cycle. By the middle of the tournament, even victory feels dulled by exhaustion. The second fan plans ahead, naps smartly, eats a little lighter, uses caffeine carefully, winds down after the match, and gives the body a chance to recover the next day. That fan still feels the excitement, still enjoys the drama, but does not pay for every match with 2 days of suffering. That is the difference a sleep survival strategy makes. It does not make you less passionate. It makes your passion sustainable. And in the end, that is the real goal. Not simply staying awake for football, but protecting your energy, your mood, your resilience, and your health while the world is watching together. Because the best World Cup experience is not just seeing every goal. It is being awake enough, clear enough, and well enough to truly feel every moment. Here is the rhythm shift most fans need to hear in the middle of this conversation. The reason late-night match viewing feels so brutal is not always the lost sleep itself. Often, it is the way people recover so poorly afterward. One late night by itself is usually manageable. The body can bend a little. But when that late night is followed by too much caffeine, too little water, heavy food, no daylight, no movement, and another late kickoff the next evening, the exhaustion becomes something deeper. It begins to feel as if your body is aging in fast motion. Your legs feel heavier. Your mind feels slower. Your mood becomes more fragile. And what makes it worse is that many people blame football, when the real problem is the chaos around the football. Picture two fans during World Cup season. The first one finishes a thrilling match at 2 a.m., scrolls through reactions for another hour, falls asleep with the television still glowing, wakes up after too little rest, skips breakfast, grabs strong coffee, eats sugary snacks all day, then repeats the cycle for the next game. By the third or fourth round, the joy is still there, but it is buried under fog, irritability, cravings, and that drained feeling behind the eyes. Now picture the second fan. Same passion, same love for the game, same late kickoff. But after the match, the lights go down, the phone goes away, a glass of water, a few quiet minutes, a lighter snack, then sleep. The next morning brings daylight, a simple meal, a short walk, maybe a 20-minute recovery nap later if needed. That fan is not doing anything extreme, nothing expensive, nothing complicated. But the difference is enormous. One fan is surviving on adrenaline, the other is supporting the nervous system. And over the length of a tournament, that difference can decide whether you enjoy the experience or simply endure it. So the real secret is not becoming superhuman. It is becoming more intentional. You do not need to control every late night perfectly. You only need to reduce the damage that follows it. That is how a long tournament stops feeling like a slow ambush on your body and starts feeling manageable again. In the end, the World Cup does not ask for perfection. It asks for rhythm. Protect your sleep when you can. Recover smartly when you cannot. Use short naps wisely, keep food lighter at night, be careful with caffeine, and give your body a calmer landing after the final whistle. Those small choices can protect your energy, your mood, and your ability to enjoy the tournament all the way through. If this season has ever left you completely drained, save this video and share your own late-night match survival habit in the comments. Your one simple trick might help another fan enjoy World Cup 2026 without burning out.